beloved homeland of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect us from all foes. But if the price is death for all we hold in, then let us die without a shred of fear. To be consecrated nation of fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be our dedication. Spilling our blood will count our privilege. The waving standard which emboldens the free shall always be our flag of liberty. To be consecrated nation of fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be our dedication. Spilling our love will count our privilege. The waving standard which emboldens the free shall always be our flag of liberty.
Yes, sir. Once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people wherever you are all over the world. This is Radio Biafra Extra. I would say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, depending on your time zone. Radio Biafra Extra is streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, the most endangered species on the face of the planet Earth. Mazi Uchiuka from Efo, he is from Abatete. He's the one who has kept this station till today. By now, we would have been selling Maggi at Tomanto or Radio Biafra. Maybe this morning I will be saying, if you want to buy imported tomato, go to Ukurusin Motors and Ukurusin Tomatoes Company. Go to Afasu Stadium in Ofpiwika. We would have been selling Maggi at Tomato here. Nigeria would have had a better platform to be able to sell their evil to the global community. But a man stood up and said, as far as I'm alive and as far as I'm concerned, the heart of this project will not see corruption. That is Uchemefo, a young man from Abatete, the best of his kind. When you talk about Biafran breed, when I look at people, I remember one of our leaders teaching. He said, see, we have children of Satan among us. That is how I put that word. Children of Satan. These people, they are more evil than Satan. And I've seen their kind. But then there is another child of God. And he said that is why we call him Muchineke. Mazuchuka from Efo is saying Wachineke. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra. And Anambra state is Biafra land. There were times this radio station was left vulnerable. One weak man that cannot even do much for himself. One man that people may not consider as, but you will see what he have done today will be in the lives of endless 1,000 generations to come. For it will at last the pyramids of Egypt. That is Uchemefo. When you are yapping and don't let your madness get close to that man, because we will kill you. We will kill you. We will make you understand that there is a difference between you are mad and you are crazy. But of course, Mazuichi Ukafomefo is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandi Okukano, the Prince of Afari Ibeku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom. If he were to be Abo, man, if he were to come from the same village with me, by today, he will become the Ibunyamo one of Africa. But you will not understand. There is something we call Ibunyamo. Once your case becomes the case of Ibunyamo, what they are telling everybody is move away from this person. Just shift back, because you're going to encounter a problem at the end of the day. Just check Nigeria. Any move they make, they encounter a problem. I said if Mazen Nandekano is from my village, by now he will be referred as the Ibunyamo of one in the whole Africa. And then if you understand what is Ibunyabo, you know it's not everywhere everybody want to go. Nigerians try to ignore it, no way. British government try to ignore it, no way. Saboteurs want to ignore it, no way. You must respond at the right time. We write the agenda, didn't he tell you? He's the one that commands the loyalty of the Biafran people globally. You can be speaking your big grammar and saying, oh, let's choose another leader and let's change the name. Let us metamorphose and recapitulate and energize. Go to Abu Asia. That is your own. But don't worry. One day, you'll be receiving phone call. Oh, they are killing us. They are killing us. They are killing us. Your people, they will hunt them down. Except you stand up and do the right thing. But you think they're doing what they are doing because they can do what they are doing? No. Sometimes we need to stand back so you understand we are not joking. No. Just look at what is going on. Let me not go further because I have not even introduced myself. I'm George Onyibe by the special grace of Chukwukike Abiyama. And I would say IPOB is just an answer to our prayers. And then what do? We give testimony. That is why when we come, we acknowledge Chukwukika Abiyama. If I begin to sing now, I say, Madonene na say Ebube, Ebube Jehovah Maramai, Madonene na say Ebube, Ebube Jehovah Maramau. I believe it's just the answer to our prayers. And then why would we acknowledge Almighty Chukwukika Abiyama? Like I said, I am George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. Every piece of land in Delta State. Although there are Yoruba Hausa children there who will tell you otherwise, but we will send them to where they belong at the right time. That is why DNA is very important when Biafra is restored. I'm not surprised when I see some people who claim to be NLUKO and say, hey, in Abia State, we are warning you, we will deal with you. This is our Hausa blood speaking in Biafra land. We'll address their stupidity at the right time. And I served the indigenous people of Biafra in the capacity of the African Rep and the Nigerian International Coordinator, at least in this moment. Because Chukwukika Abiyama is raising men and women, and when they arrive, we will step aside for them. But for this moment, I am, until you still say otherwise, until the leadership say otherwise. And then what do we have to do? We do why we are here. This is not a chieftaincy title. I'm not giving certificate to behave like some monarch in Biafra land. They remove your certificate and give you certificate when you please them. No. No invitation letter was given to me. No certificate of occupancy or officiancy was given to me. So it's not my father's property. But men and women died for it. Men and women will live for it. But in the end, all we want is Biafra. Let's appreciate Chukwukika Abiyama so that we move ahead this morning. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, n'ihi na ị mara mma o, ịhụnanya anyị na gị, obiọma gị, o juru anya dadi o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dị onye dịka gị, ebu Alpha na Omega, anyị niile na-asị na ịdị mma o. When you are close to any living hero or heroines, buy them beer or malt, depend on the one they take. If they take akpatashi, buy them akpatashi, buy them ogogoro. In fact, if from now to the end of 30th of May, if you did not look for a veteran to show love, you will only be forgiven when you don't know any veteran. But if you know any veteran, you don't go to them and show them love between now to 30th of May. You are a sinner. You are a sinner. And we are waiting for you at the end part of your life. Look for veterans everywhere they are. Living heroes and heroines. Look for them. Most especially those children who fought to defend us. Look for them and bless them, my brother. Look for them and anoint them. You can't imagine somebody as young as 12, 13, 8 years carrying firewood to defend me, and then look at me as old as I am and speaking grammar because I don't want to die. Then who will die for you? Who will die for you? Show love to the living hero while we remember the dead hero, because all of them have played their part and we are playing our part. For IPOB stand between the living and the dead. But you will never understand this, but one day you shall. Without wasting much of our time, we will be going to our topic this morning. Our team will always be, our team will remain. We will always remember them. But our topic this morning is simple. Complication on the road of freedom. And hopefully when I come back in the evening, we will look into them in details. Complications on the way of freedom. Onyibe was removed and replaced with one Hausa man who didn't go to law school in Nigeria. But Onyibe was removed and Sharia lawyer was placed there. I understand what law say. Forget about we don't come here using law terms. In fact, let me tell you something. My immediate younger brother read international laws. I'm not saying George Onyibe. My immediate younger brother read international laws. But that is not the area of his expertise in the university. But somewhere along the line, you just have to look for how to survive. He read international laws. And with his level of understanding in law, even if I didn't read international laws, I know what is obtainable. And now somebody went to learn how to read Arabic in Saudi Arabia. And the moment he come back, he become the chief justice of the zoo called Nigeria. Look at now, they are playing the distraction game, playing game. On the man who replaced CJN, he forced his age. He forced his age. Now you are trying to distract us, Abi. Is Buhari not older than the age he claimed to be? How many footballers in the world are actually saying their own age? So if the new CJN of Nigeria forged his age, what does that concern do to us? Now, Chief of Army Staff is saying, Wike, you lie. How can you say I'm involved in bunkery? But we all know that Awusa and the one doing bunkery, courtesy AK-47. Wike didn't lie. I'm not telling you I love Wike. There are a lot of things Wike have done. One of these days he will answer to it. And his children will be made to undo and render apology on behalf of Biafran people. But at least if every governor in Biafra land are like Wike, saying the truth irrespective of who ought is God. And then these people will not be in our land raping our mothers and our wife and our sisters and taking over which belongs to us, hitting their hand in the chest and telling you that you are born to rule. Born to rule cows and melu are now ruling you. Okay, say look, Shell, oil company, as we have always been telling you, and the one promoting secession, they are the one promoting cultism, they are the one promoting terrorism, all the oil company in Biafra land, causing division, communal classes. You know, he blackmail us, he lie, it's unbelievable. How can a learned brother like that be saying this? Share lawyer is saying no. Now he's telling you that look at what army are doing. Nigeria Boko Haram army are in charge of Bokre. And then the only thing chief of staff can say is don't mind the Wike. Wike gave me $100 billion and I refuse to accept it to rig election. That is why he's angry for me. And now you see, even the dead know that as far as this moment is concerned, nobody can win Wike. It's not possible. It is like telling me that in the dispensation of Delta State, that anybody will win Okowa. It is not possible, because when the people agree, they have agreed. That is why they died for. Those who died, this is what they died for. They didn't die because of our number. They died to make sure we speak with one voice. Because when we are much in number without a voice, our number counts to nothing. But when we are few, speaking with one voice, we have advantage over those with thousands. That is why when you hear Europe as a nation, you begin to hear places like London. I can't just be mentioning all the names of the country in Europe. A match 5 nations in Europe together, they are not up to only Sokoto. They are few in number, but because they speak with one voice, our number counts to nothing. We want with our population, when we speak with one voice, there will be tsunami. This is what they are afraid of, but you will never know that. How will you reason? When you think that stealing all your money and impoverishing Biafra and terrorizing them, that is what makes you hero. And now you are Boko Haram on uniform, walking up and down with everything. But we know where you are coming from and we know where you are going to. A lot of complication took place, but you may not understand. I think we need to listen to some version. You see, when we come, we're talking to European, we say white people, white people. Every white man listening to me now must understand one thing. The easiest way to explain you people is to say all of you are white people. But we know all of you are not bad. The same way when you say black people, the whole blacks are not monkey and babu. But you have majority of monkey and babu in black skin more than you have normal human being. The same way you have satanic white people. Because when we say white, whether you are red, whether you are yellow, whether you are pink, whether you are purple, whether you are grey, we see all of you as white. But all of you are not evil. Because there were men and women who rose up and said, no, this can't happen. The Biafran people, the Igbo people are good people. Don't you think we should listen to them? But there are people who say, we are UN, we are United Nations, we are chartered, countered, we are katataranda. When we speak, that is fine. And who told you that is fine? Don't worry. Don't worry. You fail to do the right thing will do you at the end of the day. Just let's listen to some of those few good men who understand that you can't play politics with everything. So when you are there, you are planning. We know all of your fears, for man has always feared that which they can understand. But we don't want to conquer anybody. There's never been any loving Homo sapien, humankind, who accommodate other people, accept other people, give them succor, and help them even become greater than themselves, than Biafrans. Abo, where I come from, before you fight a stranger, make sure that stranger is guilty, because Abo people will finish you. The only place Abo people will team up together and fight a stranger is the moment that stranger tells you, even in your own community, we will deal with you. That is when we let you know how hopeless you are. But there is no way Abo man will be, oh my God. And somebody say we are not from heaven. Don't you know that in the Bible, God say, do not take advantage of the strangers in your midst? And now I know where my ancestors are coming from. Let's look at the few good Oyibo people who were able to say something about what really happened, why we must remember them. Conspiracy against us. Oh, let's carry AK-47. We will sample all of them. We will know all of them. And then we shall see how it ends. There were good men who were saying, please, please, don't do this. These people that didn't, no, please let them go. The same way there are good people speaking out and say, let Biafrans go. Look into Biafra matter. But you are a shaman now, you are a jihadist. You have 27 virgin waiting for you. You want oil, and you are afraid your land will sink in the nearest future. So you're trying to exterminate us so you take over our land. You will understand that why one man was producing AK-47, another man was in another lab producing bulletproof. You will understand that there are a lot of knowledge divinely released among humanity that you don't have access to. You think everything you are doing half back way. Go and ask Facebook. Facebook will tell you that they have blocked my video camera. But they should go and figure out how I got there. You think you invented it? Do you know who created the software? Do you know who created the hardware? Do you know who created the component that you coupled and you are yapping? There are things we do. We don't need to go to school. Come to Biafra land. Little boys are creating generator. Little boys are manufacturing motor and different things without going to school. Who told you go to school to get wisdom? For it is he, for this, when the Spirit of God is made manifest, he gave us gift of healing, working of miracle, words of wisdom, words of knowledge and understanding, revelational gift, vocal gift, and power gift. All of them are made at our disposal. I don't need to read the Bible to understand all these things. But then let's look at a testament coming from one good Oyibo man. Not all Oyibo are bad. Just listen.
When you look at the facts, that something around 1 million people perished as a result of the actions of the British and Russian and Nigerian federal governments. I don't know what one does call it, but
we look around and see that over 1 million Biafrans perish as a result of the action of Britain, Soviet Union that have divided into 13 countries now. Imagine one country then divided into 13. You will feel the power that descended on us, and yet our fathers survived 3 years on. Who will say we should not remember them? And Nigerian government. This is a good Oyibo man, I think he's an Irishman, giving this testimony. He's old. Go and kill him now if he's still alive. I don't even know. You don't understand. The same Nigeria who made sure that we were exterminated. Yes, I know, to keep Nigeria one is a very good. I pity those Yoruba blood and Hausa blood, Fulani blood among us, giving information to all these terrorists to kill our people. We have been seeing your kind. Your journey didn't start today, but the world must know the truth. Why Biafra must be separated from Nigeria. It has to keep Nigeria one. You killed over 10 million, but we will tell you that it has to keep Nigeria one. Will end Nigeria very soon. Don't worry.
It was pretty close to genocide.
It was the first of the genocidal wars that a great power got as close to as Britain got to the war in Biafra.
And that was totally wrong.
And that was wrong.
This is the voice of my brothers, my sisters, little children, who has done no evil, who has committed no crime. That is their voice. That is the sound of their cry you are hearing. And somebody said, no, don't remember them. They are gone, they are buried. You will be the one that is good.
Over 1 million Igbos, Biafrans, all British Commonwealth citizens, died in the Nigeria Biafra civil war. Today, more than 30 years later, questions remain. Was it genocide? Was it backed by the British government, willingly or unwillingly?
If you have part of the population, or as I say, the whole population being wiped out and murdered without any protection on these grounds, ethnic or religious or economic grounds and so on, you have genocide.
The Nigeria Biafra civil war was also the first media famine. For the first time, we saw starving children in newspapers, in magazines, and on.
The Nigerian Biafra war is also the first media famine war they have ever seen. So when you see BBC, CNN, Jazeera, Voice of America, nobody is talking about Biafra. Don't be surprised. There is a conspiracy and there was a conspiracy. For the world to know that there is media famine, it was in our matter. All of them kept notes because they have all where to acclaim when they succeed in wiping us out. They kept warm. They call it media blanket. People say, why is CNN not saying it? Why is BBC not saying it? Why is Al Jazeera not saying it? Fox News, Voice of America, why are all these international media not saying it? Do you know if they are the international robber? Did fella not tell you about international thief? If you have international criminal, don't you know you have international armed robber? This is a fellow Igbo man saying for the first time they saw media famine. All of them kept mute because they want to wipe us away and take over our land. But there is a God that sits in heaven. He presides over the affair of man. He said, no, this will not happen. And we call him Chukwukike Abiyama. What are they going to do today that they've not done before?
Well, it was very much sort of headline news in the papers here for a long time, and opinion was greatly divided as between those who felt that
the media was divided. There are people who said, no, let's look into this matter. There are people who say, leave them, leave them. Do you know what Britain was doing? Britain was having discussions secretly and saying, see, if we don't go now and intervene and play like God as we always do, Russia will help Nigeria to wipe out Biafrans, and Russia will take over the oil where we built in Biafra land. Now we are going to stop Russia, or we are going to run a franchise, we are going to run a company, we are going to work shoulder by shoulder with Russia. Let's stop you Biafrans, then we will settle Biafra. Russians. And they came with Russia. Russia was supplying the ammunition. Britain was supplying the brainstorm, and because they don't have anything to do, they only know how to advise you to kill another people. Among other Egyptians who need chop money, other poor nation who need chop money to make sure they wipe us out. And then they came back and re-strategized and masterminded their plan. They killed over 10 million. Forget about figures you hear about, but we must continue.
Igbos had a case, and that Nigeria was badly governed, and that it was time that something happened, and that the Igbos were good people who deserved to be, and others who felt that Nigeria should remain as it was and the boundaries should remain. And if you...
Now, this man said, we know the Igbos are good people, and Nigeria is being badly governed, and I think we need to listen to the Igbos. But it's amazing that today somebody say Igbo is a bad man, Igbo is a this one. Did I tell you we don't have animals in Igbo skin? You think we don't know all those Yoruba watered blood devils among us? But this is a Igbo man telling you that Igbos are good people. He went on to say that Igbos said that Nigeria was badly governed. Today now, can you come out and beat your hand in the chest and say Nigeria is growing? If you are one of them, you are evil. Anybody that tells you that Nigeria needs 100 years to get to where America is evil. Even if it's your pastor, run for them, most especially when they are Yoruba pastor. Anybody that tells you that our governors and president and councillors are doing best, run for them, they are evil. I witnessed when you buy motor like when you buy tomato. I followed my mother many times to go and buy vehicle. I remember those of you in Abo. There is a woman they call Dr. Obika. Dr. Obika's wife sells motor along Mariri in Abo. We went there to buy vehicle many times. And if I begin to wonder the process of my mother going to buy motors in the 80s, I begin to wonder, what kind of hell are we living at? Because when we get there, you think we come to buy paracetamol. They will now greet, hey, Mama, which one do you want? He say, which one day now? He say, no, it's 404. 404, no new model. He say, the for your business, if I say you should take 504 pickup, it cannot serve. 504 is fine, no, but the rugged one is 404. My mother will say, okay, how much now? He will say, okay, it's 4,000 naira or 3,500 naira. In those days, our mother used to tie one bag on their waist. My mother will adjust her wrapper. We call it a biu. It's always attached to the other skirt we call a buluku. She will now zip it and bring out money and give to them. Then they will say, okay, Mama, make we do registration. They now knock achakakboom. You are good to go. Today now, even the Tokumbo, you are important. For you to get to Biafra land from Yoruba land, Lagos land, there is no grammar you will not hear of. That reminds me when I bought the first vehicle. That should be in the early 90s. My first vehicle. And I want to claim Ninja Man and I say, I'm going to drive it. I don't want to give agent money. I went to port to buy it myself. I registered it myself. I fixed my plate number myself so that like every other vehicle, I can drive it home successfully. Before I got to Lagos to Abo, police on the road have ransacked me. They even took my wristwatch. I almost sell my trouser. The vehicle they know is a new vehicle. But what they are now telling me is that the grammar they were using to obtain means that this vehicle is registered in Ascensia. You registered it in Ascensia. This is international criminal law. You are internationalizing criminality and this is not acceptable. They carry even my spare tire because I don't have money to settle them any longer. And somebody is telling you that, no, Nigerians are moving. Well, when your armies are the kidnapper, when you hear that they are kidnapper in Abia, they are kidnapping people, we have to stop Keke Nape, they are killing you the more. You should know these people and what they are looking for. So they are using Okada to kidnap, band Okada, bring Keke Napepe. At least Keke Napepe cannot be very smart for meandering. Now they bring Keke Napepe. But they are not after kidnapper because they are the kidnapper. They want you to become poor. They feel Keke Napepe and the wheelbarrow pusher, of course, they are the most of the people financing what you are doing. No, now let's stop them. Which one are you going to give them? Moto? But you don't even know that there are some of you in government house, some of you working with Jubri who still support what you are doing. You are very hopeless. Stopping Keke will stop true Biafrans from doing the right thing. You think it will stop? Go and kill all the Biafrans in your army. You think all of them are influenced by your juju over their life? I bet listening to this better Oyinbo man where they talk normal.
Fiddled about with the boundaries, you were going to be in more difficulty, and it was a very bad precedent for other parts of Africa.
Nigeria, the richest and most populous nation in Africa. 360,000 square miles, the same size as Britain, France and Germany. 65 million people, 3 major tribes, Hausas in the north, Yorubas in the west, Igbos, Biafrans in the east. Some say the British rigged the odds against the Igbos from the beginning, from even before independence.
Of course, we also knew that the elections by 1960 had been rigged. Everybody in the know knew that we had our boys in the north, our puppets, we put them in power. They hadn't won at all. The people in the south had won, the nationalists.
Some say war was inevitable. The rest of Nigeria had always been jealous of the unity, the strength of the Igbos, the way they had managed to march.
Now, this is over 80 years ago. Somebody have said that they were jealous of the Igbo because of their strength of unity, their determination to succeed. But you allow the media to tell you Igbo don't love themselves. Igbo don't love themselves. Now Igbo love themselves, now it's a problem. But Onyibe man, almost 80 years ago or 60 years ago, have told you that one of the reasons why they want to kill us is that Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani are jealous over our sense of unity and love for one another. But who the hell did that? They did their job very well. You see, there are a lot of history coming from the churches now. I'm not talking about the mosque. You don't talk about those who are condemned already. The pastor will come out, take a certain side, and begin to spray you to pursue demon. They will ask you to dream breach to pursue demon. They do all kind of abracadabra. And I begin to see people with PhD, HHP, PPQ, LBC, BBQ, LLB, different degree going to dream breach to pursue Satan. No, just look at over 60 years. Onyibe said that one of the problem of Igbos were that Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani were jealous of you because of your senses of unity and love for one another. The Biafrans. But today they are telling you, Igbo don't love themselves. You can see the Sule boy, that useless, hopeless, so-called man of God. I pity any Biafran going to kneel down for all these Yoruba, all these Muslims in the guise of Christians to be praying for you. I pity all of you. The problem is Igbo man is the solution of one Nigeria now. When Igbo man uses business and art academic, Igbo man is going to become, Nigeria is going to become heaven. But Igbo man have a problem. Which means with all the praise he have given to you, you are not qualified. Go back to village. But when you put Igbo man now, Igbo man will remove Igbo man. Igbo man will remove Igbo man. It was fast to tell you about Okadibo to Namane to Okeja to Lukuma. Hey. So you're keeping this history. And Igbo people will look at it and say, I say, oh, I need a moon. Oboro no mo wanyu, onwakufe ne monu. Imaro no unyara na amaro ama fe neme mana amaro mi fe nemenu. You may know what you are doing, but you don't know what you do. We are trying to cure all of your disease. Receive the tablet. Receive normal brain set from IPOB and let your head begin to reason normal. Look at what somebody said 60 years ago. And you are there telling me, these are the complications. Don't forget our topic this morning. Some complication in the line of freedom. On the road of freedom, a lot of things were complicated. This is just beating on the top of it. In the evening, we will look into the in-depth of it.
Together to build a better future for themselves and their children. In 1966, the world's attention was focused on Eastern Europe and the brutal Russian invasion of Czechoslovakia. The Middle East, the continuing conflict between the Israelis and the Palestinians, Southeast Asia, the American war in Vietnam, and all its horrors. But throughout Nigeria, up to 30,000 Igbos were being attacked and brutally murdered because they were Igbos.
It's those who want to lose the war in Vietnam. It's militant, activists, revolutionaries, anarchists, and communists. That's who it is.
To the international community, it was just another African conflict. They didn't want to get involved. There was no concern of theirs. They looked the other way. They had other things on their plate.
I would say that there is a difference between when a man belonging to a rich country dies and when a man belonging to a poor country dies. Not necessarily black man, because you can have the same problem somewhere in Asia at least. No, I believe that the United Nations, the international community, is still dominated by a very Eurocentric attitude.
Tuesday, May 30, 1967. Enough was enough. The Igbos, alone, isolated, ignored, declared their independence. Their leader was Lieutenant Colonel Ojukwu. The supreme commander and head of the military regime in Nigeria was Lieutenant Colonel Gowan. Both men had been educated and trained in Britain. The war that followed was one of the longest, bloodiest, and most disastrously fought civil wars in history. In just 3 years, they used more small arms ammunition than was used by British forces during the whole of the Second World War. The casualties were horrifying. The war was also unlike any other civil war in modern history. The Nigerian government, backed by the British, regularly and deliberately strafed and bombed civilian targets?
I saw 10 deliberate bombing attacks on the civilian population, either hospitals or marketplaces, and with no question of any military target being in the vicinity.
At precisely 1:30 every day, they come over the town as the marketplace is full, as patients are sitting out on the lawns at hospitals. Here comes the next one. Just above the mission now.
I looked up and I heard the explosion. The convent was still there. But then towards the school, there was a cloud of smoke rising up to the sky. The children's ward was the worst. Children's ward got rockets right through the roof. There was another child killed in bed.
Inside the school, they are shooting rockets where you have innocent women and children. And you see, when they are telling you, this is the law of United Nations, this is the law of America, this is the law of Britain, the civilized society, all of them were sitting and drinking coffee, allowing Egypt to bomb school, allowing Egypt to bomb hospital, allowing Egypt mercenary, hired murderers to bomb Market Square. I thought they have rule of engagement in terms of war till tomorrow morning. Oh, we are Biafrans. You want Onyibe, right? Think about nations who have existed before you, whose upon history and knowledge of the advancement is what gave you edge over others today. Where are they today? You think your end is inevitable. You think your end will not come. But how we come is very important. Without the coal in Enugu, will you be able to fight Second World War? But don't worry. Do what you can. You are what power be? Because of tiny Biafrans, all of you forget about righteousness. You forget about morality. You forget about love and compassion. You forget about that what makes us human. You allow yourself to be ruled as a beast of burden. You live by the instinct that you must kill in order to survive. Only animals think this way. The difference between human being and animal is that animal lives with the instincts that I must kill in order to survive. But this is not the fate of man, for we have soul. You gave away your soul. Now you are soulless, and so you are a beast. And if I say you are animal, somebody will say he is insulting us. But you are soulless like the beast. You are soulless like the Godzilla. You are soulless like the hippopotamus, like the tiger, like the chimpanzee. You are soulless. But this is the truth. Continue listening.
And another child was killed in another ward. And another child was cut in half up behind the kitchen.
While it was deliberate, they finished an operation. The next 3 hours, they come back again. So you could see that kind of thing for 3 days or 4 days.
Even more horrifying, the Nigerian government deliberately used famine as a weapon of war. The name Harold Wilson became a curse. Starvation was known as the Harold Wilson syndrome. Many people, young and old, rich and poor, went to Biafra to help the starving and the dying. One of the youngest, the most famous, the most glamorous was Princess Cecile de Bourbon-Parma, sister to one of the pretenders to the Spanish throne. She told a committee of the US Senate what she saw. On the committee was Senator Edward Kennedy.
I told him how I have been going out of the Biafra, and that one of the last nights I was with the children and the plane was not coming. And we were very anxious. And I had in my arms a little girl of, I don't know, 10 years old. And she was very anxious herself to see if the plane would come and save her. And finally, we hear the motor's engine, the plane is coming. She looked at me, she smiled, and she died. And I looked at...
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? This is Onyibe woman. in Biafra land. They came to help us against all odds, against the conspiracy of the world. These Irish people came to help us. And this young girl said, I was having a little girl in my hand, a Biafran girl. And we were waiting for the plane to come, but the plane delayed. And we were very anxious to go. And all of a sudden, we heard the sound of the plane coming. And we were a bit relieved and happy. He said the little girl looked at me and was happy also, and she died. No, watch the scenario. A little girl, maybe about 1 year, 2 years, suffering from kwashiorkor, starvation for 3 years on, and now maybe he's 4 years already, but he will be looking like 6 months. But these compassionate Onyibe people wanted to save this child. And the moment the child know, oh, the plane is here, it's mine, it's mine. They say, finally, people are coming to help my people. I know I cannot make it. That smile means, I know I cannot make it, but my people will survive. And now we are here today. That little girl who died in the hand of this Onyibe, know that your sacrifice is not in vain. We will remember you 30th of May. Those who were killing you thought that they were doing the justice of God, because that is how they deceive us.
At Senator Edward Kennedy, and I saw he was crying.
Biafra made aid organizations throughout the world what they are today. It enabled them to develop and perfect their...
It is because of Biafra that you have AIDS organization in the world now. You see Red Cross, Cross Blue, Blue Cross, Soto Tororo, all the aid organization you see in the world today. It was the challenge of the Biafran that gave birth to them. And now who says we are nobody? Who said so? Would there have been Red Cross without Biafrans? Would there have been aid organization without the sacrifice these people made? Because they were people desperate and said, no, no. If the world keeps quiet on these people, we will not. Did you not hear it? Our suffering gives birth to light. What do you think our light will give birth to? You have no idea.
Emergency feeding and rescue skills that have since then saved millions of lives around the world.
It was the school of humanitarian action, Biafra. So I think it was the beginning of the new concept of wars and of the relation between humanitarian personnel, armies, and the media.
Questions remain unanswered. Was it genocide? Was the bombing and strafing of civilians? Was the deliberate mass starvation of innocent men, women and children backed by the British government, willingly or unwillingly?
It was backed by British government willingly. And now, going back to our topic this morning, it's simple. Complication on the road of freedom. A lot of things went wrong. A lot of things went wrong. We were overrun completely. Somebody told me and said, these people have overrun us. And I look at the brother and I said, no. We were not overrun, but they have overhauled us. If you understand what it means, there is a difference between being overrun and being overhauled. If they overrun you, that means they keep your original pieces intact. You can stand up when you regain your strength, when you gather momentum. But when you have been overhauled, they have removed everything. Put your brain in your anus. Put your anus in your mouth. They have overhauled you. You can never remain the same again. They didn't overrun us. They overhaul us. Listen again. If they have overrun us, they will leave our body parts in the normal location. But when I say they have overhauled us, that means they did not just overtake us, they overhaul us. What does it mean to overhaul human being? That means they took your brain from your head and fix it in your anus. So you see men and women reasoning with their anus. Oh, we are Niger Delta, Yoruba Delta, Hausa Delta. We are going to declare sovereign state June 1st. These people are reasoning from their anus, or they set a trap for you. Oh, to 1st of June, we will declare Niger Delta, because how can you remove a DSS Oga from Niger Delta, Yoruba Delta, and Hausa Delta? Yes, we are talking to you that you must bring on a bank, or we will give you Yoruba Delta and Hausa Delta and Fulani Delta inside Niger Delta here. Don't try us. These are people taking Ogogoro. These are not Biafrans. No Niger Delta person with brain will do that. I am Okon and I'm Akwa Ibom, and I'm telling Abia people I will terrorize you. Well, these are not human beings. They don't exist. If they are actually Biafrans, go close to them. You will see their brain have been relocated from their head, their skull, to their anus. They reason through their anus. You see Yoruba, they're jumping up and down on media. It's not their fault. Whole Yoruba man mouth, he go begin using their stock. Considering the number of pepper they chop every day, their nyash don't even keep quiet. If their mouth is not talking, their nyash is talking. You know, he's in the mado. I'm not in the mado. Do you know how many people who died? You know, insulting people. That is why I don't like them. Why will you like them? Fulani will not insult your family, I pray in Jesus' name. But Fulani will wipe them out. We will do the obituary and bury them with Biafran flag, even though they are not IPOB. You will send money for us to bury them on the Ara. Hey, you are more interested in the insult more than would the heinous crime being committed against your people. And you want me to recognize you as human being? They overhaul us. They took some people, they remove your brain, put it in your anus. Remove your anus and put it in your mouth. So everything all of you are saying, governor, senator, everything you are saying, it stinks to normal human being. It stinks. Saying some of the things look as if we are blackmailing anybody, but rather you must learn from it. There are many things we are going to see. It looks as if we are blackmailing anybody, but that is not the truth. But we will say it. The experiment they are running in our life to complicate our matter. In our next broadcast, in my next broadcast, we will review them. Most people will not be happy. And so this is a blackmail. We can't accept it. That is why I didn't join IPOB. But who asked you? Well, we say Adakaburu work for Nigeria. Elechi Martin work for Nigeria. Obiwale work for Nigeria. Nnayango they work for Nigeria. Obomudia work for Nigeria. But we begin to mention their name as I say, no, this is why I don't like these people. It is a blasphemy. It's a blasphemy, it's not a blasphemy. Waiting concern me and you. But I know a day the world will learn from the case of Biafra. They are learning already. The first nation in Africa to activate the right to self-determination, if not the world. The first people whose condition and situation gave birth to aid agency like Red Cross, among others, across the globe. The first people who were murdered for being just and no justice was given to them. The most endangered species here on earth. And ongoing, we are still there. Why can't you thank Chukwuka Abiyama? Why can't you appreciate him? People don't understand. We don't want to sound religious. We are forever and eternally grateful to Chukwuka Abiyama, for he has done great things in our lives. He has done great things in our life. And if I sing one song now, people may not agree with it. But then I must sing it, for he has done great things. To God be the glory, great things he has done. So love he Biafrans that he gave us an Andekano, who risked everything he had for Biafran's sake, that at the end of the days that the Biafrans may free. Praise the Lord, let the world hear his voice. Praise the Lord, let the people rejoice. Oh, come to IPOB and receive your life back, as we remember our fallen heroes and heroes. Don't make any mistake about it. The sacrifice of our fallen heroes, the sacrifice of our fallen heroines, the sacrifice of our brothers and sisters, the sacrifice of the foreigners, the sacrifice of everyone who has fought for us to be alive today will never be forgotten.
We have brought our recipe. We've got fire in this wilderness. The disputes that I have. We are no longer in Egypt. We have lost our recipe. We've got fire in this wilderness. The disputes that I have. When you get up to enemies, and then our heroes will not live. Biafra's already here. Not yet we remember the rise of our great Biafra's already here. Inside the wilderness, never open your soul to the wicked one. Penetrate and kill your people. Nobody can charge you to say. Inside the wilderness, never sell your soul to the wicked one. Penetrate and kill your people. God has charged you to say. When you get your two enemies, there are my heroes we don't need. Biafra's already here. Not yet we remember the price of our great.
Yes, at this moment our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line remains 070 581 070 815 45642. Our WhatsApp line once again is 070 815 45642. For the last time, our WhatsApp line is 070 815 45642. Our direct line is 081 221 52971. Our direct line once again is 081 221 52971. Special number dedicated to the female is 081 288 58614. Special number for the female, the women line is 081 288 58614. Special number for the women is 081 288 58614. We must continue. Caller on the line, can you hear me?
Hello, Onyibe. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother. Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
Oh, I really thank you so much. For me to get through this morning, line again is overhauled. My name is Okechukwu. I'm calling from Aba. I'm a member of IPOP unit, unit. My coordinator is Mr. David Chairman, Deputy Mancho. I've been very, very happy this morning. You have said it all. You have 100% said it all. Emma, people don't reason the ideology of Biafra. We are Biafra. There is nothing anybody can do about it. We have come to be. We have come to exist as a nation created by the Most High Chukwuokike Abiama. May the Almighty Chukwuokike Abiama continue to bless Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and his generation, eternity to eternity. Likewise, Mazi Uchemefo, Mazi Onyibe, I greet you. I pray that the Chukwuokike Abiama will continue to bless you and give you long life and prosperity.
Stop praying for him to bless me. Begin to thank him for blessing me and all Biafrans. We are in the period of thanking because he have completed his work. For God will not do for man what man should do for themselves. We are doing what we have done. For Chukwuokike Abiama, the case is settled.
Yes. Mazi Onyibe, we must get Biafra. Without Biafra, we are please, all Biafrans all over the whole world. Let us come out. Let that 10th of May shake the whole world. That 10th of May, the day. That end of May, we must respect our ancient people, our heroes and the heroines, our funny heroes, so that we may live. Those people that died, that we may live today. To celebrate them, to honor them on the 30th. Anybody, be you Hausa man, be you Yoruba man. If you people want to dare us, just dare us on 30th of May. Because all we know that was if it is not, if they not decide that nobody will come out any day, nobody will come out. Even if you are a church person, you will not come out. So they want to dare us, they want it to be better. I refuse to be a slave. I will never be a slave in my life. On that day, I will obey the command and control being issued by our director. Man, they not see hope last time I am there. I am not so big deal now for 9 years. He hope last time I am there.
There is no greater commandment in IPOB more than that declaration from Maziobi Diobinu.
After that date of May, we continue to work hand in hand with our director. He opened up time. What the Biafra and I come with the lay all the lay. Not okay. I will be cool on that. But that's okay. One day, I can tell you, yeah, I want to go and shut up. America can understand it. They cannot even cover it because I can tell you, but you have set the world. May God bless you, yeah, my man. Thank you so much. God bless
Thank you and God bless you. We must continue. Caller, what's up? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. With Onyibe.
Go ahead, Mazi. Good morning from here.
Ututu Mazi Onyibe. Ututu Biafrans worldwide. I remember Mazi Nwoye Chinedu aga na-ekwu wee ka o mere ụwa na n'Igbo. Nne halụ ihe ọ bụla anyị na-eme n'ụbọchị tata. Wee na aha anyị n'aka nsọ Chukwu okike abịa ma. Asị abịa ka o duwere anyị ma gbaziwere anyị. Anyị bụkwa nwata na-asa arụ n'afọ. Onwe ihe anyị ma. Ndị mere na ha maara. Anyị nakwa na-eso ha. Anyị wee na-ahụ ebe ha na-ejedebe. Ndị na-apụ n'ebe ha nọkọrọ ọnụ na-apụ. Ndị na-agbasa n'ụwa niile na-agbasa. Ndị jikọrọ aka ọnụ wee mee anyị ife gboo. Wee na-asị eze Chukwu okike abịa ma ọkacha kasị eze bi n'igwe eze na-ekpechara ọgwụgwọ nna otu onye niile dị n'aka. Ọkwanụ gị jijide mma onye nwere rie. Anyị na-eko eke na oyi na afọ na nkwọ udo na ogwugwu na ngere na arọ. Anyị na-asị ha bogote ihe enu n'iyi ana ihe ọcha na ihe ojii anyị si ha bogote maka na anyị bụ ụmụ mmiri anyị bụ ụmụ ahịa. Wee na-asị ha bogote ka abịa nọnyere anyị onye isi anyị Wahamadike nọnyere na ekene oyi na afọ na nkwọ ndị ahụ izuru ya majesty nọnyere na ekene oyi na afọ na nkwọ ndị ebe iyom ugo eze nọnyere na ekene oyi na afọ na nkwọ iyom uche echi na ụmụnne anyị onwe anyị niile IPOB worldwide n'ọkwa ndụ nka ka anyị na-ayọ n'aka Chukwu okike abịa ma wee na-asị abịa ka o duba anyị ma gbazibela anyị. Biko anyị apịa ọkwụkwa nke aka na anyị ara mana asị na anyị pịrị ụkwa anyị wee na-enene ha na-asị onye nwe anyị Chukwu okike abịa ma anyị gbaka ndị ka anyị gbuo na ma anyị gbaka ekpe ka gbuo na mmasị n'ọnwa ya ụlọ ọdụ anya ụlọ mma maka anyị na-ayọ ya n'isi ụmụnne anyị nọ n'ụlọ ọgwụ nọ n'ụlọ mkpọrọ ebe ọ bụ na ụmụnne anyị nọ na-ata afọ anyị na-asị Chukwu okike abịa ma ga-ezi ha ụzọ nke ndụ ụzọ ga-edu ha ruo ha n'ala eze maka na ụmụnne anyị amara ụdị afọ ha na-ata n'ụwa niile ọ na-asị echi Chukwu okike abịa ma jee ka ime ka ha mara na ọ bụ ha anyị mere onwe anyị na ọ bụ ndị mmadụ mere anyị ya anyị wee na-agbagharị eji Chukwu okike abịa ma ana m ahanye onye osote onye ndu anyị Uche Mmefọ George Onyibe Chike dozie m ọ dị principal officer IPOB ana m ewere ha n'aha n'aka nsọ gị na-asị Chukwu okike abịa ma jee ka iduere ha ma gbaziere ha ebe ọ bụla ha nọ. Ise Mazi Onyibe, you are hitting it, you know. I love the way you are saying it because it's not what is happening to our brothers and sisters is not their fault, but we are blaming those that never listen to IPOB. We are telling them that we are not joking. We must take back what belongs to us and take care of our responsibilities. And our responsibilities is our land. And our land is what made us who we are. He's a conqueror. Nobody can conquer that land if our people don't know. But I'm calling them. They are the children of water. The children of fire. Iron house one in million no one in all anyone. onwe onye na mmiri etu ọbịa ụwa onwe onye na ahịa etu ọbịa ụwa n'ọnya ka o ji agaziri anyị na mba niile anyị na-achọ onye ọbụla welitekwa isi onye ọbụla welite isi ebe ọbụla ọ nọ ka o tinye aka kịta maka na mmatakwa ga-esokwu ya ọkwa onye osimiri hụrụ okwu ya ka ọ ga-eburu and ndị ahụ ọ hụrụ okwu ya eburu ha na ekene onye na afọ na nkwọ Maazị Onyibe, you are hitting it correct. You are hitting it correct. I remain resolute and I remain shoulder to shoulder with all the principal officers at IPOB that are helping everything, doing everything possible to make sure we restore our motherland, Biafra. They are being brazen. Some people don't know why they are being brazen. They are being brazen to go away from EU so that they will come and finalize their project. But they don't know that we are wiser than them. You know, they don't know. But we are waiting for them. Let them go. Let them. They are waiting to the day of voting, which is 1st of June, I think. We are waiting for them. They will vote and they will go out from EU. Then we Biafra will vote. We will go out from Nigeria. All hail Biafra worldwide. Keep on the good work, Onyibe. Thank you very much. Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra, my brother, we are going home and there is nothing anybody can do about it. Our people just need to wake up and do the needful. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Ada. Go ahead, please.
My name is Phyllis Emmanuel. This is Chema. I'm calling from Aba, Biafra land, but I'm from Onyibe. Mazi, I want to really thank you. You are really trying for us. That video that you played this morning about those children crying, I really shed tears. Because I can't even imagine seeing my son crying until his breath is last breath. You are really trying. You are really going deep to bring out our history, what our people suffered. That we don't even know that Nigeria government is not even ready to teach us or to tell us. They are really doing great work. We must surely sit at home on 30th because that is what we are preaching now. All of that you are just saying, bringing out, is reason for us to sit at home on 30th. And we must surely do that. May God strengthen you, Mike, and bless you. Let me give to my son. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, the strong Biafran future man. Go ahead, please.
My name is Shukabete Emmanuel. I'm calling from Aba, Biafra land.
Go ahead.
I want to thank you for what you are doing for the Biafra. And I want to thank Martin Namdekalo. I want to sing for him song. Holy, 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 Namdekalo is forever Savior. Holy, 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 Namdekalo is forever Savior. Ikorona Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Ikorona Biafra, Ikorona Biafra. Ikorona Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Ikorona Biafra, Ikorona Biafra. Onyibe, God will bless you and bless Mazi Namdekalo and bless Mazi Uchemofo. You do your work. God will bless you.
Thank you. Amen, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my mother. We must continue. It is well with you. Yes, caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, Mazi Onyibe, good morning and good morning, dear fans. This is Mazi Ujuduru speaking from New Delhi in India. Mazi Onyibe, regarding the clip you played this morning, a lot of things happening during the war, a lot of atrocities happened, but we thank God.
Anytime you hear of Red Cross, anytime you hear of Doctors Without Border, anytime you hear of all these humanitarian aid organizations, understand they came into existence because of the horror upon us as a people. Will you see them? Remember our fallen heroes and heroines. But on 30th of May, Biafra land, we will sit at home. And those of you in diaspora, you must organize a rally to commemorate, to commemorate, anyhow the grammar be. We must remember them. Go ahead, my brother.
Yes, our people suffered many things, but we are here to make them happy because what we are doing is moving very hardly. But when seeing it, it may be thinking what we are doing is hammering everywhere. Not even our people in Lagos, to buy property there now, nobody's ready. Even all
no, let them buy. Let them go to Sambisa Forest and buy.
So nobody, so even here in where we are some days ago, everybody is building now in East. One of our brothers who live here.
Who told them they should go and buy? You buy Yoruba land, buy Hausa land. Buy. Don't develop your place. Don't worry. You don't know who told them.
So even where in that Akwak Masai, that we call Animal Kingdom, not people from the north, they are building there now. Everybody thinking home now. So we thank IPOB. So let us not think what we are doing, not what we are thinking is working. Even those who is not listening for Radio Biafra, they are thinking home. Nobody is ready to build now in anywhere except home. So what we are doing is moving forward. And I have one thing I want to say, one advice on what we are doing, which is working in evangelism. As we are having a radio, not everybody knows the radio speaking the area. So the people who are there, you can meet a tank crier, give them the time of the radio. Once you announce it in the market or in the burial ground or in wedding, man the time, their radio or the number to get it in that city, on that area. Many people will be listening. Or if you are living in the market or anywhere you are staying, you can write in the paper, time of the radio, share people, they will be listening. If you are having a zone, you don't have a lot of people there, just write Radio Biafra time, share to people around that area. They will go and listen and join you. Once anybody listens to this Radio Biafra, he must join you. Anything you are doing, just write time of Radio Biafra, what to get in that area, share to people. Once people see it, they will enter this radio. Once they enter this radio, you have grabbed that person must start listening and coming to meeting. Because that is the only way to get our people. Once they listen to this radio, they will bring more people. It is our duty to share this thing. So our people, even though anything we are doing to share that area we are, the radio who is speaking that place, let people know. Not only IPOB military people will be listening, no. Give to people. Once you give to 100 people, 10 people must follow you immediately. Once you give to 200 people, maybe 50 people will join you. So let us make it not only people coming to meet them, but those. You will see sometimes the church will be moving around, singing, sharing paper. If you know they are looking for new people. That's also in this our radio. It is some area, the radio are speaking there, but maybe people don't know the number to get the radio all the time.
Yes,
they have
sir.
It's our duty to do
Your
it.
observation is noted, and that is something is being done towards that direction. You must be rest assured. A journey of 100 kilometers step with a step. Everybody must do their bidding, and we will get home.
Yeah, and Onyibe, there's something I want us to talk. I don't know the time to get it. Then we can be able to. There's one thing I want to say.
Inbox me. I will talk to you. Send me text message and say I'm the person calling from India, and I need to talk to you.
All right, thank you.
I know your profile picture, so I will know if it's DSS that will impersonate you or if you are the person. Oh, hey, Biafra. Thank you very much. Imana, Ndiwe, Amandi, Nezi, they are everywhere. They are everywhere. Can you hear me, caller on the line?
Hello, Mazi. Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
I'm Orisa Chukukadivia. I'm Moni Achala. Anambra State, Biafra land. Adam Ovid Moto, Rian, Northern Alani, Ebas Maka, Noro Maka, Biafra, Enorongia. n'ihi na anyị adịghị atụ nwere onwe maka anyị bụ obodo Chineke kere. Chineke nyere anyị freedom right from creation. Ndị ọcha abịara nara anyị ya tinye anyị n'oru n'aka ndị Hausa na-ezuzu ozu. Na 30th of May, onye ọbụla bụ onye Biafra kwesịrị ime gịnị ịnọ n'ụlọ celebrate ya mourn our heroes and heroines. Onye ọbụla sịkwa nna ya na-enupụ isi na ya kwesịrị ịnọ n'ụlọ, onye ahụ amara ihe ọ na-eme. Ego ole ka ya achụta that singular day ya ezuru gị. Ego ahụ anyị na-achụ under duress, anyị na-achụ na ntaramahụhụ. A country dịka Zoological Republic of Nigeria, onwe a basic community gọọmenti na-enye anyị. Gịnị ka ndị a na-asị na bụ ndị Nigeria, gịnị ka ha benefit go as a citizen of Nigeria so far? Onwero anything in a benefit go mgbe ọ bụla eluru oge election asị gị bịa tụọ vote amanye gara ese ma nye gị 1000 vote buying, etinye rigged election agawa ka ọtọ ọgwụna ka mecharakwa anya ya asịwerakwa na ene ma nnukwu mkpọtụ again. Ọkụ every year ka eji bupụta ego eji alụ ọkụ, no light na zoo, ụzọ no road na zoo, hospital no hospital na zoo, school no school na zoo. Gịnị wụdị the joy anyị ji eti one Nigeria onye ọwụwa na teta n'ụra ndị achara isu anyị ọcha Ọmọmbala steeti, ndị Anambra, ebe ọwụna nọ onye Igbo ọwụna onye Biafra kwụnyenụ join ya na ihe anyị na-eme na ya wụ alaeze nke Chineke n'ụwa dịka anyị na-ekpe na ekpere na nna anyị bi n'eluigwe sikwa eme uche gị n'ụwa dịka esi eme n'eluigwe. Sọsọ na Biafra ndị ka eme uche Chineke n'ụwa ka esi eme n'eluigwe, maka obodo ndị ọzọ niile adị na kọrọpt. Mba ụwa niile amalụgo na n'ezie na ya bụ ọwụwa anyanwụ onye ga ji agbara anyị mgba. Ndị Igbo ibe m, ndị Biafra, biko kwụnyenụ ka anyị sọpọtụ ọnụ Biafra ka anyị nwere onwe anyị na Chukwu okike abịa ma ise.
Thank you very much. Call on WhatsApp. Are you there?
Yes.
Go ahead,
good morning,
please.
George Onyibe.
Good morning, Mazi.
Hello. Yeah. Good morning, George Onyibe. First and foremost, I thank you for everything. Chineke okike, guide and protect you from the hands of the oppressors and all the IPOB leadership worldwide. So, for the topic this morning, it touched me, but a lot of people, when we are talking of the people we lose to honor them, but some people here, not. I call it from Germany here. I'm from Imo State. I'm Sylvanus area. So, some of our brothers here, like we are. If this is a fight of Biafra, if all of us that in diaspora come together here, I don't know. We can hold Nigeria as our director talk. We can hold Nigeria for many years, for 100 years, in anything they like. And some of our brothers here, when you are talking, so no they hear, because when they walk here,
did you not hear what I said? Some people are saying, oh, these people have overrun us. I said no, they did not overrun us, they overhaul us. Then carry some people's brain, put them for their nyash. So they reason from their
exactly.
Put them for their mouth.
Imo State military no na Nuremberg here na Abage. The buy a website here, but a whole military Imo State. All of Germany here, the Nuremberg here. The harmony was a Biafra on that website. Nobody should write anything on Biafra. Post who dear. Oh yeah, we then as open again here. They are slavery here. A lot of IPO Biafra here. So
very much. We must.
They take all those things. All those things where they talk are here. But we believe we will never surrender to them. We are moving. I think on 30th, the whole world will shake. Because in Germany here, we are preparing heavily.
Thank you very much.
Here. Had a bear word this or had everywhere in the whole world. That's the problem. I know. Our people.
Yoruba have finished their work. We are only responding as programmed. And so you cannot overrule the fact that they did what they did to divide us. In the evening, hopefully, we will look into some of the things why many people will say, leave Biafra. Because their past haunt them. But they must understand that everybody who is coming with clean hand, they have been forgiven. We're not here to revenge.
So,
but they should be ashamed. Let me tell you something. One of the things that led me to the village for the first time as a child was a Waji. And then my parents brought out a very big vehicle. They loaded all of us. And for the first time as a grown-up child, I know, oh, we are going to my village, what is happening. As we entered the road to my community, I saw many masquerades. It was like a Christmas day. Everybody was celebrating New Year festival, Iwaji. But it's amazing today now that we plant yam in Biafra land and we do the harvest celebration in China, in Japan, in America, in USA. And when you see all this breed,
our tradition,
when you see all this breed of buffoon, I name me Waji in America, I name me Waji in China, I name me. This is how you know those who brain have been repositioned from their skull to their anus. It's not their fault. The
worst thing happened to us. Family here with their children and the because only come on here Nigeria here. But they don't think that one. Today. How outside? Generation outside.
Do you know that most of our people, even in diaspora, their children think that you plant goat to harvest meat. Some of them now, so I say we are formidable. Their children now think that to get goat meat or cow meat, you have to plant a seed. They don't know goat to mate and give birth. And those people think they are human beings. I've seen them.
America we got no chair in Africa. We have think here. America got to go to. Can I say I want tomorrow? I said I hear wo. Now we are got started gone.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah. America they no label should have walk. America they anything at all. How do they reach outside? Now we they reach outside. They carry outside. They carry also na here outside. Outside. Because outside of flood they are planning. This dry this thing in Ibadan. Had a Kaduna. Lagos. I had a Lagos. It got these two places. I didn't be able to try but I would too much outside of Yoruba and I outside. That place a dry port one. Just before 5 years, they had another mega city. Because of this dry port and these two places now, automatically they will close Lagos down. Only ship will be float the air because you contain one. Maybe I like that container, but I have frustrated take it 2 times, 3 times. If you're towards the end, they want there's Can you remember if container of float that place? Yeah, everybody cannot take care. It can't take care. Okay, it can't happen. It can't happen. It can't happen.
Tell them to come home so they know it's happening already. Unfortunately, I lost that caller. But this is where we come to the end of this morning segment. Moment of inspirational growth, I must tell you. Our people, if you sabi pound inside mortar. If you know sabi pound, begin to pound for ground. A day of reckoning will come. You see, what are we going to do without Chukwu Kikabiama? Otu bosonye nwa gabia oge monuvum nanya ndi mehie unu geti aka n'obi otu ụbọchị Biafra ga-abịa oge mụnụ vum n'anya ndị Sabo unu ga-eti aka n'obi na-etili ihe mere onwe n'ihe mere onwe n'ihe mere onwe unu ga-eti aka n'obi ofu ụbọchị Biafra ga-abịa oge mụnụ vum n'anya ndị Sabo unu ga-eti aka n'obi asị m otu ụbọchị Biafra ga-abịa oge mụnụ dị m n'anya ndị Sabo ndị melumelu ndị Awụsa ndị Yoruba oge unu ga-eti aka n'obi na-etili ihe mere onwe n'ihe mere onwe n'ihe mere onwe unu ga-eti aka n'obi. Goodbye from here as you go about your daily business. May it be well with you. May you see good as a genuine Biafran. May you prosper day and night. It shall be well with you. I remain George Onyibe, and I sign up from here.
This is my song for freedom. They call me Chris Jokey. Even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil, for still God is always with me. Yeah, He's always with me. And the sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home. Yeah, we made it through the sun to home. We gave our blood to redeem our land, and the time is too late. So join me, let us get it now. To happiness we all rejoice. Yes, we are the children of God. I am talking about the holy land, where God will always reign, and the sun will shine again. So we the people rejoice, yeah. Where no one will tell me, yeah, that my song is beside her, that I will lose my life for singing songs, where there is freedom of speech. Mr. Mepho will remind us that we are children of the Most High God. In Jerusalem we meet again, yeah. Because we are the children of God. And the sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home, yeah. We made it through the sun to home. We gave our blood to redeem our land, and the time is too late. So join me, let us get it now. To happiness we all rejoice. Yes, we are the children of God. We are amen. Yeah. When heaven will come for us, and the world will talk about us, so no one else has to die. All this nation will respect us, yeah. Understand we just wanna go back home. No amount of contest or show, yeah. Cause we all got possessed, and the spirit is in me. My director will return home, yeah. Show us love we used to do before. Beautiful faces I will see again, yeah. We need you, and we wait on you. And the sun will rise. My brothers will become